Hello everyone, my name is Djalilova Aytkul and the topic of the presentation is word formation, which is the main subject of the lexicology. Now let's get started. The English language is known for its wonderful quality of the way in which words and sentences are formed and used. Formation of new words from an existing word by adding a syllable or another word is the general process. However, there are multiple ways in which it can be done. So, today we will learn about the types of word formation. First of all, it will be affixation, then compounding, conversion, clipping, blending, back formation, acronyms, onomatopoeia, reduplication, and finally borrowing. These are main types of the ways in order to form new words. Now let's move on the next page. So let's clarify the first type of the word formation, affixation. Affixation consists of adding derivational affixes. It can be prefixes, infixes, suffixes, interfixes to roots or stems to form new words. So we have two main types of affixation in English language. These are prefixes and suffixes. The term prefix refers to one or more alphabets added to the stems of a word, mostly to make it negative. The most commonly used prefixes include in, an, this, im, ir, etc. Now let's talk about the suffixes. Suffix is a short syllable added at the end of a base word. Addition of suffixes usually changes the word class of the particular word group. So the common suffixes include mend, nes, eti, os, shin, sion, el, able, able, ly, etc. And here the common examples of prefixes. As you can see, we see here an, a, sub, an, mono, multi, and post. These are the prefixes and they are added at the beginning, at the first part of the word. And here we can see the common suffixes as less, able, en, ly, meant, fy, or and dom. They are suffixes. Now let's move to the Now let's talk about the next type of the word formation, compounding. Compounding consists in the combination of two or more roots to form a new word. So in other words, when we use compounding, we link together several free words in order to create new one. So normally, the first item identifies a key feature of the second word. Compounding is a very common process in most languages of the world. In English, for instance, compound words have the following characteristics. First, compound words behave grammatically and semantically as single word. Next, since compound words behave as units, between their component elements no affixes. Then, compound words can be written in three different types. First, it's a open. It means with a space between the parts of compound words. Next one is a hyphenate with a hyphen or dash separating the elements of the compound word. And the last one is a solid without a space or hyphen between the component elements of the compound word. So here are the common examples for compounding. As we see here, we add two separate words in order to make the new one. Homework, pickpocket, fireman, hardware, airstick, babysit, nevertheless, flower pot. So as you can see, we have several types. It's solid without any space here, hyphened with a dash, and it can be also open with some space between the words. Now let's move to the next. Now let's move to the next page. So conversion involves the change of a word from one class to another. So here are the common examples for conversion. So butter turned into the verb form to butter. Permit became uh, noun form. Empty became verb form to empty. Poor became the adjective poor became a noun form. Must also became a noun. Believe believes. Use to use. Up and down, ups and down. Okay, now let's move to the next page. Clipping. Clipping is a type of abbreviation of a word in which one part is clipped off the rest, and the remaining word now means essentially the same thing as what the whole word means or meant. So, in clipping words, we just shorten or cut the other part of the uh, existing word. And here the common example here is fax, which is made from the facsimile. Burger, from the word hamburger. Gasoline turned into gas. Advertisement turned into ad or adverts. Bike, it was derived from the word bicycle. Gym, gymnastics. Lab, laboratory. Plane, airplane. And proof, uh, improvement. So now let's move to the next page. Blending. Blending or blends is one of the most beloved word formation processes in English. It's especially created in that speakers take two words and merge them based not on morpheme structure but on sound structure. So the resulting words are called blending. Usually in word formation we combine roots or affixes along their edges. One morpheme comes to and before the next one starts. And here that we can see the common examples of blending. So here we uh, added a part of the two words in order to make the new word. So we use it here mot from the word motor and tel from the word hotel and turned into motel. Breakfast plus lunch turned into brunch. Wireless and fidelity turned into Wi-Fi. Smoke and fog turned into smoke. News and broadcasts turned into newscast. Television and broadcast turned into telecast. European and television turned into Eurovision. Helicopter and airport, of course, we turn into heliport. So, but in blending, part of one word is stretched onto another word without any regard for where one morpheme ends and another begins. That's it for blending. Now let's move to the next page. Back formation. So we form words with back formation. We remove part of a word, usually something which we think is a suffix or a prefix. We do this commonly when we form verbs from a noun. Examples here is self-destruct, donate from donation, sculpt from sculpture, hopeful from folklore, edit from the editor, televise from the television, enthuse from enthusiasm, stoke from the stoker, swindler from swindle, and butler from the bottle. Now let's move to the next presentation about acronyms, which are the one of the main types of word formation. So, acronymy is a process whereby a new word is formed from the initial letters of the constituent words of a phrase or sentence. For example, from the initial letters of some words in order to make new notion. As example here, SARS, which is a shortened form for severe acute respiratory syndrome. SCUBA, made from the self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. So next example is a Gestapo. It was taken from the uh, other language. So it was taken from German language, which means secret state police. USA, it's a common example which is taken from the United States of America. UN, United Nations, UNICEF, FBI, etc. Now, here are the other examples of acronyms. So, radar, it means radio detecting and ranging. FYI for young information. TGIF, thanks God it's Friday. AKA, also known as HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. 3W, World Wide Web. And SWOT, its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Commonly, we have two types of acronyms. First, acronyms which are pronounced as words as in the example of NASA, NATO, COBOL, etc. And the other type of the acronym is the words which are pronounced as sequences of letters. So just we pronounce the letters as in the example FIE, TGIF, not as the word as radar, SWOT, etc. Now let's move to the next page. It's connected with the sounds. The next type is called onomatopoeia. So, onomatopoeia, the words that are created to sound like the thing that they name. So, we have several types of onomatopoeic words made from the sounds of animals, the nature, people, etc. So, in different languages, onomatopoeic words sound differently, despite the fact that they may mean the same thing. As an example, like kakadu. In other languages, it will sound another way. Now let's move to the next page, which is connected with reduplication. Reduplication consists in the repetition of all or part of a root or stem to form new word. If the entire root or stem is repeated, the process is called complete or total reduplication, and the new word is considered as a repetitive compound. Total reduplication is fairly frequent in other languages, mainly in Indonesian, Mexican, Arabian, Hawaiian countries. So here the common examples for reduplication is hola hola, as we can see here total reduplication of the same word. And here we can see the partial reduplication, tick tock, bye bye, tip top, ping pong, haha. Okay, if only a part of the root or stem is repeated, the process is called partial reduplication. Now let's move to the next bit, which is connected with the borrowing. The borrowing words from other languages. Borrowing is a process whereby new words are formed by adapting words from other languages together with the concepts or ideas they stand for. And here we can see the common examples for borrowed words from other languages as tango, mango, taco, burrito. As we can see, paying attention to they are taken from the Spanish language. Pizza, mafia, they are taken from the French language. Garage, matador, they are taken from Mexican languages, arena, alcohol. They are Greek and Latin, belong to the Latin languages. Now, thank you for your attention.